I recently tripled my business and I wanted to share it with you because what I did to achieve this goal is eminently replicable. You can actually do it yourself. So I wanted to share it with you in the hopes that you can just take this and implement it yourself. Let's see if it works for you. And if it does, then please let me know. I would love to know. Just either comment below this video or just send me a message. I'm sure you can reach me. So my name is Michael Bohannes. Together with my wife, Anna, we run a coaching program for coaches, consultants, agency owners, anybody who's selling a high ticket B2B offer. And if they don't get success with us, then they get their money back. And that element of they get their money back is actually one of the key ingredients in our success. But let's rewind. Let's look at all of the three criteria in order of importance, because the first one is by far the most important. And I wanted to expose this with you because that is really where the gold is hidden. The number one factor that helped me increase the business, especially over the summer months. I'm recording this now in September and it started to happen towards the end of June. The number one key difference is that more ideal buyers were exposed to our offers than ever before. I would say we probably 10x'd the amount of people who consciously took in what we sell and were able to consider it, even if it's just for a few seconds, but we exposed way more people to it. So what does that exactly mean? Let's break it down. First of all, it doesn't matter just that it's people. It matters that it's ideal target personas, whatever you want to call it, avatar, your ICP, and the person who you actually want to sell to. We managed to expose our offer to them way more people. So that's one element in it. The other one is your offer. And this is a subtle difference. I don't really mean your LinkedIn profile or your website that you suddenly 10x your website visitors or something like that. That is not all that important. What matters is that people know what your offer is and are considering it for a few seconds. And offer means you're going to help them achieve a certain result. And are there any assurances that it's going to work? Okay, so in our case, our offer is we will help small consulting firms, solopreneurs, consultants, and so on. We will help them add $50,000 to $100,000 per year in yearly run rate within 6 months. And under a few specific conditions, we also offer a money back guarantee. Okay, so that is our offer. That took me about 10-15 seconds to say. And we can also package that in 1 or 2 sentences on a cold email. And that is actually the thing that we have exposed way more ideal target clients to. That is it. That is the number one reason for the recent tripling of our business. Okay, so it's client avatar and the offer. Okay, so how did we do that? Before May, we had 2 methods of booking calls with ideal clients. One is content, mainly predominantly on LinkedIn, and the other one is conversational prospecting. You strike up conversations, preferably on LinkedIn as well, and you then have a bit of back and forth and you move them to call, and on the call you convert them. Okay, so that's our main way of getting business. Now, the issue is that on LinkedIn you are capped. You can only add about 100 new people a week, and depending on how well you do the connection game with them, maybe you will get 50 who connect with you, and out of them maybe 40 will be relevant. So with 40, you actually start a conversation, and that is then your pool for that week. Even if you do a pretty good job, you will maybe book 10% of calls with people who you start a conversation with. So the maximum you can do there is about 4 calls a week, 10% of 40. And that's it. Now, how can you massively increase that? Well, how about you go off the platform that is limiting you and you just do it independently from that platform? And that one of the best ways to do that is via cold email. So we implemented a new cold email tactic where we're now much better at capturing people's attention. There's a level of personalization in those cold emails. There's a video where we record a specific narrative over their website. So they see in the email, they see a GIF of their website, which sort of is an instant attention grabber. And my face on that video. And so then people click through, they see a video where I tell them what we can do for them. And then we also personalize the first part of the email. And that is practically unlimited. And unlike conversational prospecting, you can do that with a virtual assistant. You don't have to be sending those emails yourself. in conversational prospecting, that's tricky. Yes, there are setters, but as soon as you start employing setters, the conversion rate drops dramatically. Like I had one setter and he was very, very good, but he still only had about half of my conversion rate. With cold email, it's just purely mechanic. People just send those emails out and we book calls. We are currently sending some 50 to 70 emails a day, and that means about 400 a week. This means we've effectively 10x'd the amount of ideal target customers who are seeing our offer. And that is, I would say, 70 to 80% the reason for why I was able to triple my business. Purely that. So think about ways how you can expose more ideal buyers to your business. When you are the average person on LinkedIn, you don't post much, you occasionally get referred. The main reason why you are not getting more clients is because simply not enough people know about you. That's it. Imagine if you could capture the attention of 1,000 new people every week who are in your target market, and you could simply say, hey, this is what we do. Interested? You would get a couple of calls with that method, right? So just perfect that, do really good copy around it, add some attention grabbing elements like that Loom GIF that you send in the email, have a nice way of expressing yourself, be, friendly and good, a good communicator on that video, and you will book calls. Okay, and there's many other ways. You could, of course, run ads. You could get into some kind of affiliate agreement. It's simply the amount of people that will get exposed to your offer. Okay, so that's ingredient number one. Ingredient number two, we introduced a money back guarantee. In the past, I was not a big fan of money back guarantees because I thought they attract people who will then be looking for a way out. But the main reason and the kind of the subtle difference that made me change my mind about this is the money back guarantee is not all that important once somebody works with you. The money back guarantee is simply an attention grabber so that a stranger is willing to book a call with you. And then once somebody's on a call with you, you can then show them via your testimonials, via how you are on a call, that you are a trustworthy person. And then the money back guarantee becomes less important. So I'm not saying that the money back guarantee is not important. We have it in our terms and conditions. And if people meet the conditions for the money back guarantee, there's a couple of minimum amount of work that you need to do. But if they meet that, we of course give them their money back. Thankfully, it hasn't happened so far, because either everybody is doing the work and then they are getting the results, or there's some reason why they were not able to do the work. Well, in that case, there's no money back guarantee, of course, right? But the money back guarantee is simply a conversation starter for strangers. And one of the things that is sort of playing to my advantage is that I've been around for quite a bit. I have a decent track record in corporate and also in my own business. So once somebody talks to me, once they get to know me, I tend to, I'm knocking wood here, attract trust relatively quickly. Okay. And so if you are like that as well, if you tend to see whenever somebody's talking to you that they trust you pretty quickly, then that is a great way to simply book more calls, that you sort of offer the money back guarantee, and then it becomes less relevant for the conversation. Again, it's still in the terms and conditions. We abide by it, of course. We are bound contractually to have it, but people are just not all that interested anymore as they sign on the dotted line, right? Because they by then believe that we can genuinely help them, and the money back guarantee is only for when they fail. So they don't believe that they will fail. And that's why the money back guarantee is not all that important. So if you can introduce some kind of risk reduction, risk reversal that will make it really easy for them to sign up, then by all means do it. Now, that does not go that far as offering a complete pay for performance model. Like if they get a client, only then we get paid. That I find that quite unfair, and I wouldn't agree to such terms. Why? Because I have zero control over how the client will act. We're going to be putting in work. We're going to help the client to, win clients for themselves. And then what if they, a month into the collaboration, say, you know what, I'm actually going on holiday or whatever other reason, and they will just fall off the face of the earth. This is possible. We don't want to be in that kind of position. And I think that the money back guarantee, where they pay upfront or on a monthly basis, and then if they, despite what we believe they should get results, they don't get results, okay, then we risk reverse and give them the money back. So it's a good middle ground. between the two extremes of pure pay for performance and pure agency model where you just pay, and if it doesn't work, well, you're out of luck. Okay, so the money back guarantee is a good middle ground. So that was point number 2, money back guarantee. Point number 3, split payments. Very simple tactic, not a huge amount to discuss. If you are right now charging upfront a relatively large amount, we've seen that there were a few instances where people simply said, no, this is just too high an amount, that we cannot afford that. And when I offered them, okay, you could also split it up over 6 months, then they said yes. So that's a no-brainer, right? Because we just know the more we work with clients, the better they get at what they do. We know that they will be more confident in how they approach their market. So it's very rare that somebody would sign up with us and then gradually over time become even worse or become less effective at what they do. So we don't mind at all offering split payments. Started to do that in April, I believe, and it has been a big success. So those 3 things, let's see if there's something that you can take from it. Expose more people to your offer. Just send more messages. That's really it, guys. Okay. The next one is money back guarantee and split payments. Those 3 things. I hope it's really useful for you, and I wish you much success with it.